Xylophoney here with Mario to try out not just a new archetype, but a new type that's been added to Yu-Gi-Oh! He's got Tainted Treasure coming against the new Illusion type, which I'm excited to see what it becomes. But for now, maybe they just want to split things up a little bit because they got too many spellcasters and fiends. I don't know. What do you think, Mario?
Honestly, it might be just because they just needed a new archetype because, let's be honest, Dark Magician is majority spellcasters at this point.
It is, but it's also, like, Illusion has a lot of fitting with that. So, that being said, this deck may be kind of Yu-Gi inspired, but it is not Dark Magician inspired. So how do we begin things? Well, many of these...
kind of Yu-Gi inspired.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we start with probably one of the best starts in this deck, Gazelle, the King of Mythical Claws. Just an Earth Beast to get things going. And this will let me search another one of my pieces, a level 5 Fiend monster, or Chimera Fusion. Now, I have already started with Chimera Fusion in my hand. You have hand traps! Come on!
It's just one infinite impermanence.
You say that every time you run hand traps when we say don't run hand traps. You say, oh, it's just one. It's just one. You build your deck, man. Come on. I'm sitting here half an hour per deck making sure it's all tight for the video, and you're just like, oh, download this one. Oh, no, it had hand traps in it. This guy. Okay. Let's see what happens if I just activate Chimera Fusion. Because we can go into Baphomet, the Phantom Beast Dark Ruler. But I'm not getting to search anything, so that's a bit of a hardship. We will activate this, and let's see, hopefully.
You can send one Beast, Fiend, or a few Illusion monster from the deck to the graveyard.
Yes. Now, I have no idea what I want to send, but we've not used a Mirror Swordsman yet, so sure, there. Oh, to my hand, rather. So there he goes, and we can also send to the graveyard. Okay, so that was that effect, and this is the graveyard effect. Lovely, lovely. So that's fine to come to hand to the graveyard. Let's just put one of these guys in there. And we can activate the Chimera Fusion from hand. Okay, we can either add it to my hand or banish it and special summon 2 monsters. So where do I want to start here? Because we could do pretty good. I think... I don't want this card. We're just going to add it back to my hand, because I think I'll be able to open up another opportunity next turn. So that sounds okay. But with that, I could open up another opportunity right now. Maybe we just try to get the big guy out. So, of course I have a level 6 Phantom Beast monster out right now, but I want to get the Illusion Magical Beast out, which means I need to get an Illusion monster to the field. How can I do that? Perhaps a Fusion Dispatch. That'll get me a... well, unfortunately it's only working for this. Bad choice of card to have in the deck, but we could have a nice regular Baphomet on the field. Which, you know, could be useful for other things, but at the moment it's kind of doing nothing for me. So, you know. We can try to turn it into something, but maybe I should try that next turn. Because if this thing... yeah, let's just activate, see where we can go, because I think I can get to it with the card in hand. I can. Chimera, the Illusion Magical Beast, level 8. Let's do it. Using the piece in my hand that I searched, we can bring that out, and I end my turn there. We'll see what it does at a moment.
Alright, so... that's a pretty beefy monster, not gonna lie, right off the bat.
Yeah, downside is mostly an offensive one, so I would have loved to have gone second, but, you know.
So, when I was building my deck last... night, I went through several different decks, because...
yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities for that one I saw.
Yeah, but a lot of them had this secondary archetype called Snake Eyes in it.
Okay.
Which apparently works pretty well with it because it fights in a similar style, so kind of went with this style in the end.
Sure.
So first off, I'm gonna play my field spell, Shrine of the Serpent Eye Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This will allow me to place directly from the deck one archetype.
What?
Let's see. Not one archetype. One Snake Eyes archetype monster into the spell and trap card zone.
Gotcha.
Gonna place this Snake Eyes White Birch.
Fair enough. Okay. Next what?
Unfortunately, it's like one of those when I'm trying out a new archetype.
Yeah.
I draw 2 of the boss monsters that need other cards to bring
yeah.
it.
When you try something for the first time, you don't always have the deck balance correct, so it can be
No.
tough.
No, so like this Snake Eyes Flingberg is like, it's a big beefy monster, but I can target one monster. Essentially, I need to send multiple of these guys in the back row as materials
Well,
as
you're
like
setting them
tributes
up.
for it.
Downside is my monster loves to attack your monsters on the field, so he also doesn't get to shine as hard. But that's okay. What can I special summon here? Nothing! We will now use Pot of Desires. Since the deck just has like 3 copies of all the different, Illusion and Mythical Beast cards, I felt like that was a reasonable thing to go with there. And I think I'm just going to add Chimera Fusion back to my hand because I got a crazy idea that just might work. Alright, I also have just some filler cards in here that help out with the typing, possibly. But once again, it's only possibly. I will use a second fusion deployment. This will, unfortunately, have to get me one specific card. Yeah, Gazelle, the Mythical King of Beasts. Oh, you get to do that. Ooh, what's happening?
Yeah, just the field spell allows me to bring out the monster I just placed in the back row.
Oh, lovely.
And what's put in defense mode at least.
Okay. Defense mode's good for you. Now, I can probably bring out Chimera here, but it'll do more life point damage if I just go straight attacking. Now, when I battle a monster, nothing crazy happens, but check it out. We attack the Snake Eye White Birch here.
Yep. If this monster is attacked, or during your opponent's turn, you can send this card and one other facial card you control to the graveyard.
Ooh, I'm interested
I
to
guess I'll
see how this plays.
I'll do that.
Okay.
By setting them both away, I can then replace it with a different Snake Eyes monster.
Okay. Ooh. Well, sure. Why not? We're just going to use actually, no, we're not. I can use a graveyard effect right now to negate, but I will choose not to yet. Because I still want to get my Chimera attack through. I want to hit a monster with it so I get the full effect moving. And yeah, saving it helps too. I just want to try out my guy's effect and not just attack directly and be boring, you know? Because he seems like a really good going second turn when your opponent puts out a boss monster, because I can change your attack to 0 and negate your effects. So yes, continue the attack. Let's see how this plays out. You use your effect, I use my effect. You have nothing. I don't even know what your effect did, but you don't have it anymore. I don't kill you with him, which I didn't think about, but I do have these other monsters now. So
Is it permanent though?
Changes, I think it is. If this at the end of the damage step you change it to 0, yeah, it doesn't say it comes back. Obviously, in most situations, you're just gonna kill it after you change it all to 0 anyway. So permanence doesn't have a huge effect on it.
So
I'm gonna use Chimera Fusion.
So what this card does, the Snake Eye Flameberg Dragon.
Okay. Yeah.
He basically keeps bringing out all the monsters I set up in the back row, so that way I can swarm with him.
Okay. So I need a beast and a fiend. So I can bring out the classic Chimera, the flying mythical beast, with this. Fortunately, I don't have to. But I will for the memes anyway, and we'll try out the other new cards soon. Memes! Because even that has a decent effect. If he's destroyed, I get more material to fuse again. So the fusion keeps coming back with Chimera Fusion. I have 3 copies in the deck, and I believe something else that searches Chimera Fusion, or at least some of the monsters search Chimera Fusion. So that's the main card in the deck. Much like many fusion cards, fusion decks run, they have a very repeatable fusion card. And this one seems to fit that bill. Illusion Magical Beast doesn't seem like the craziest of boss monsters, but offensively, he does the job. So I'm into it.
Darn it.
You're dry.
I drew a good card, Triple Tactics Thrust. If your opponent has activated a monster,
yeah, I know. Another one of them cards.
Well, it's just a spell card searcher, that's why.
Yeah.
But
one of those ones we don't normally play. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, it's because this deck plays a ton of spell cards, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to activate a monster effect during my turn. If I have nothing for you to chain against, then it's kind of useless.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have a Fiend and a Beast, so... You know what, let's try the second effect of this. Now, this is a one-time thing I can do with the Fusion card, where I can just special summon the old classic ones. And this is why these are in the deck, just so that effect can get some use out of it. Those can be used as material to bring the others out if you have multiple Fusion cards. That being said, it's kind of dead card now, but... Go on.
At least it lets you bring out, like, the originals. It's not like...
It only lets you bring out the original, actually. Because the other ones, they don't have the name of these guys while in the deck. So if you want to use that effect, well, it has to be that. However, it can bring them back from the graveyard. So if their names do change accordingly, maybe they can work out here. Let's see. Well, maybe they don't, actually. Yeah, I think only the Fusion monsters have their names change accordingly. So, yeah, running one copy of each of these in the deck if you want to use the secondary effect of Chimera Fusion appears to be necessary. Very good. Rematch!
Yep.
Let's see. Do I have to go first again? We shall see.
Yeah. I want to see what my hand is this time.
Okay. Ooh, I think this is fun. So, we can do a few things here, but I'm going to play a little weird. And, that's if you control an illusion monster. Sure, I may control an illusion monster by the end of this turn. Sure, we're going to... What is my activate on this card? Quick effect, banish this card from field or graveyard. That ain't it. Discard this card, add a monster that lists Chimera Fusion. That's insane. But we're just going to set him for now because we already got probably the card I would search with that. We'll set 2 cards and we're just going to play it slow this time so we can go offensively against you on my next turn. So we'll do the defense.
Yeah, that's probably best. Alright, so I'm going to play my Pot of Prosperity.
Yep. I threw like one of every pot into this deck just to feel it out and see what I liked, because I love my extra deck in this. I don't want to get rid of my options, but it's hard to choose the right option. Prosperity's usually the safest one for most decks.
Yeah.
And I frankly don't know what to expect from your deck.
Well, I think it's time for me to finally...
Let's do it.
Get my Diablosaur, the Dark Witch, the hand.
Lovely.
And then organize it. I put it like this.
Yeah, it probably don't matter.
Especially since I think it's sitting at the bottom of the deck. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know. I mean, I guess it has to do that for like regular Yu-Gi-Oh, but for like automized Yu-Gi-Oh, it's really unnecessary. Just shove them all back there. They're going to get shuffled before the end anyway. In 9 out of 10 decks at the very least. Unless you're running that one that flips them upside down. Flips the deck. But no one plays that with any seriousness that I know of. So what's your next play, Mario? We got the...
Bringing out the star of the deck. The Bell Star, the Dark Witch.
I did notice that this one's labeled with its own archetype, while the others are labeled with something else. But they are all Tainted Treasure cards, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the Ace card that for some reason doesn't have the name.
Yeah.
But still, like...
Wonder if they're going to expand the archetype into 2 directions, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there we go. You got that out here. You get to set a Tainted Treasure spell or trap. Wonderful. And, oh, if I put you in the graveyard during my turn, you get to send more stuff from your hand or field to graveyard. Cool. And then special summon it right back. It's got recovery. So what do you say?
Yeah.
Get something down there. Very nice. Okay, you have more attack than my defense. I'll give you that.
Then I normal summon my Snake Eye XL.
Sure.
This will allow me to search out a level 1 fire monster to the hand.
Yep.
Let's see. I'll add my Snake Eye White Birch.
Yep.
Which I'll bring out.
Ooh. He's getting some moves.
Then I'll activate the original Tainted Treasure Snake Eye. Let's see. Using this, I can send 1 level 1 fire monster from the deck. You can ban it. Okay, add one level 1 fire monster from your deck. So
Yeah, you
basically
send
just
one from
swapping
your
out.
field, and then get one from your deck. And it seems that these guys have special summon capabilities, so that's good stuff.
I will add the Snake Eye Oak back to the field.
Okay.
And he allows me to bring back one from the graveyard, which is the monster I just used.
Not today! We'll get one minor piece out of them.
Now that's
Sure.
one.
I really
confiscated
should
card
have
that-
saved that for the Dark Witch, but we'll let you play with it.
Yeah.
Don't want to play too dirty right now. We're just learning the decks.
I
Ooh,
send both
the-
of these two away in order to bring out the big old Dragon Boy.
Okay, 2 boss monsters on the field. That's a much better turn. Oh, no.
Activate up, and then I'll place back my Snake Eye Oak into the back row.
Lovely.
Now I'll just do some attacking.
See how this goes.
Attack your face down with my Diavisto.
KOTOR. When this monster battles, it cannot be destroyed by battle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like that. I think it's going to back up again. So let's see. Yeah. Safe.
That's just a good defensive monster.
Absolutely.
Alright.
So if your card is sent from field to the grave... Okay, sent. It's pretty broad. You're pretty safe here. Because I have a card called Eye of Illusion, which is kind of huge. But we'll wait for that. We're just going to start building first. Oh, I need a tribute to bring this guy out? Oh, yeah, I guess I do. That's unfortunate. Does this do anything? Quick effect. Tribute this card. Special summon one monster from your deck that lists Chimera Fusion. I guess there's no reason I wouldn't just do this, so let's try it. Am I messing up? Maybe. I don't know. But we'll summon the Mirror Swordsman.
Just do this and...
That just summons that guy?
Yeah, just so I can make sure I get at least my effect off.
Alright.
Because for all I know, you could easily just like target and destroy this guy right now.
It's possible, yeah. I don't know how much back row destruction these guys have yet. I didn't come across any, but it might be there. Okay. I think I'll just activate this card now. So he tributes himself to summon something that lists the fusion card from the deck. Now, pretty much both the Fiend or the Beast will add the fusion card, but I already have the Fiend in my hand, so I will summon the Beast. And pretty much that seems to be the main concept of this deck. It's Gazelle and Baphomet. So I'll use him, search the fusion card, and hopefully go wild. Because we still have the Illusion monster on the field, so we know we can get into the top dog. Assuming I get my Chimera Fusion back to hand successfully. So let's just try it. Is the top dog a Illusion monster? He is a Dark Illusion. Wonderful. So I think I'm going to be set up brilliantly right here. Chimera Fusion goes for that. We will summon... doesn't matter. Do any of these get a good summoning effect? You can activate this effect. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. That's kind of fun. And then this card. If it is fusion summoned, you can send a beast from your deck to the graveyard. During your opponent's turn, banish a card from your graveyard, then target a banished fiend. Let's do this one. Let's just summon Beast King. Activate. I think that just sends a card from your graveyard. And then also from the graveyard. Oh, they both get their effects moving. Lovely. Activate everything. So I special summon an illusion, so I guess that combo just kind of summons your boss monster by itself, which is, you know, really just how modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is played, I suppose. But very good. And then, yeah, let's see how things ride out. So we put a Mirror Swordsman to the field. We add a monster to the hand. Can this do anything fun? If this is to control the opponent's monster, but I need to summon this in the first place. I already used my normal summon this turn. So let's just get myself, you know, another Mirror Swordsman. That's a beautiful normal summon. So, 3 solid normal... Well, actually, I guess level 5 isn't a very solid normal summon, but there's ways. We are going to need our Chimera Fusion back, adding this to the hand. Other option would be to summon those 2 monsters from my deck, but this is all good so far. And we can add that right too, waiting on you. And then we're just going to fuse into the boss monster.
I'm
by the
scared.
look of things.
I kind of almost want to say activate and let it itself negate, but this could be one of those cards that's like, oh, even though it's negated, it's still going to let me tribute my monsters and send it to the graveyard, so it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, what is going to happen?
Yep. It's going to be interesting. So we have to use our big guy, and instead of using the Mirror Swordsman on the field, I could use the one in my hand. However, I don't think I have any use of 2 illusion monsters, and I do like him being in hand for that option, so I will use the one on the field. Oh, can I use multiple? Oh, because he can attack the amount of times per fusion Let's go crazy, shall we? Let's see the full extent of this boy. Okay, so in this situation, I can theoretically attack everything you have on the field. Will it work out like that? I don't know. But let's do it. Battle. And then we'll hold on to that card as a backup plan. We'll attack Diabell Star. I know she can come back. Maybe she'll come back and I can get another attack in. I don't know. So let's just let that fire off. That does that. Oh, wait. Is this just a win condition? If I can... do I get multiple attacks or just attacks on multiple monsters? We're about to find out. It's a win condition. Oh. Oh. So if you have that much material to get rid of, then that was probably wise. What can I do from graveyard? Well, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but we can absolutely use this guy to negate.
Well, I was right. So, when she is sent to the graveyard, I can select a different card to go to the graveyard.
Yep, and she comes right back.
Snake Oak.
With her full power. Ooh, lovely. So you're doing that effect. I forget what your summon effect is.
I get to set a Tainted treasure spell or trap card from the deck to the field.
Yep, very good. I think that'll actually throw off my win as well because you don't have 0 anymore. So let's just continue. Maybe we'll attack this one since it doesn't have the same effect. So we'll do that. And then I'll activate the effect, and yeah, I don't think I win anymore, but it is damage.
Can't you just keep attacking with it again?
Nope, only 4. Because I only used 4 materials. It's not an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, obviously. Alright. Could I have made the difference here? I could have, actually. I could have used my Eye of Illusion to steal one of your monsters, effectively attacked for game during battle phase, but I did not. So we will resolve that effect, send a random card from your hand. I guess that was an end phase effect. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's your opponent's hand.
I'll activate this, which allows me to return some of my cards to the deck.
Okay.
Select the card to add to your hand. I will add a little bit of fear to you, because I know you recognize this card from my Volcanic Xylo.
Excellent.
Kurikara.
Oh yeah, the kaiju-ish one, right?
Yeah. But she only goes off if you activate a monster effect on my turn.
Right. And as we just saw, mine is very much most effective on my turn. No quick plays on this card at all.
I'll activate Tainted Treasure to do Lucilia.
Okay.
Which makes you lose attack points equal to my monsters.
Okay.
And also,
and is that
monster is unaffected by other monsters' effects this turn.
Okay. So yeah, you target one of your spellcasters, and is it just one of the effects? Oh no, just apply both. Yeah, good stuff. You're unaffected, and I lose the attack. And if it's put to 0, destroy. My goodness. Good stuff.
It's a blanket effect, yeah. So I can place it on all of them, all your monsters.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good stuff.
All right. I'm gonna set you to defense mode.
Darn it. I've had a... Well, who knows? We'll see how things go.
Let's see if my Snake Eyes can destroy your Chimera the Illusion Beast.
Okay, we'll try this then. I have Illusion. I would like to change the attack target to Dark Witch and see what happens, because that's a different kind of mechanic.
That is annoying.
Only if I have an illusion monster on the field. Which, yeah, the boss monster is obviously illusion. The other option would be I could have taken over your Dark Witch while I was in my battle phase last turn and just attacked for game. But yeah, I have illusion is sick. The engine in this deck runs smoothly. There's 9 cards in it that kind of set up your plays, not to mention Chimera Fusion by itself. Works as long as you have some other pieces, which you're going to stuff the deck with. And yeah, all seems to be here. I'd love to try this deck against something tested and fierce, because I feel like it's got some wind to it. Obviously, the boss monster of Illusion isn't crazy, but it has an OTK condition, which is amazing. OTK condition if you have, 3-4 monsters to fuse with. But if you have all that material, and your opponent, can't switch it out like you did, that's an instant win. I like it. This is fun. But I suppose that'll be the end of that. If you want to see more of Tainted Treasure, Snake Eyes, or the Illusions, let us know in the comments down below, and what you would like them to fight. Because, whew, they could all have some potential, especially the Illusions, and I'm excited to play them, I'm not gonna lie. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything else, and
we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, it's something to say, but it's gone now. Bye!